Hi guys, I'm Brittany Murphy from Geeks of Color. How are you guys today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So my first question for you is, obviously you've already worked on Loki, Moon Knight. So what was it like adding Daredevil to your portfolios?
Well, we also, we have the 5 independent films under our belt as well before that. And all of those are these very street level, they take place, they have slight supernatural aspects, but they take place in our real world. And they're very often just focused on 2 people. And you start realizing that kind of starts to describe Daredevil in a way, more so than it might describe Loki. And so it was actually like really natural to us. It's like a microscopic focus on character is our happy place in a way, and so we took to it pretty easily. And then he also had a pretty cool observation recently about how the cosmic horror aspect of it also sort of like snuck into play.
Yes, especially this season,
Yeah.
with the crisis state that Matt Murdock is having. And the show feels a little bit like a lot of people struggling with, are they in an uncaring universe? I guess is the way to put it. And to us, that's like, oh yeah, that's like the cosmic horror Lovecraftian stuff we've done, and that sort of quiet terror. And we feel like we were able to season it up with a little bit of that, and it was really effective in creating good drama.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of like even the camera work stuff that we did, but for us, after Matt does something in the beginning of the show, if you know what I'm talking about, he feels like he has lost the grace of God, right? And because of that, he's should I hold? Because he feels like he's lost the grace of God, he's got and he no longer is allowed to wear the mask and all of that. He's unmoored and he's questioning his place in the universe, and those kinds of questions are right up our alley,
And the show, you guys do a really great job at balancing both like the action and also the emotional elements. So what was it like? Was it important for you to like get those moments, especially in the first 2 episodes?
I mean, so if you take like the 2 primary places of action, it's like there's a fight scene, stunt choreography, and there is not one beat of stunt choreography in this show that hasn't been thought through millisecond
under the lens of emotion too.
by Phil Silvera, our second unit stunt choreography guy, second unit director, stunt choreographer.
Yeah.
It's getting late in the day. But every little beat of those fights has been thought through by Phil on so many levels, and as well in his collaboration with the actors who are being who play those roles. But then I think the other place where this show, it's a good place to talk about the action of it, is the violence, and the violence as a consequence of bad guys that aren't all bad, good guys that aren't all good, but they all have darkness that manifests from their own pain, their own ego, their own less savory desires that they can't quite control. And with showing how grotesque that violence can be, we felt like we weren't doing the characters justice, the story justice, or the legacy of this show justice if we didn't show it as being grotesque. That we're not saying this is just fun. And it's like 2 things can be simultaneously true. It's really interesting to watch something. It's dramatically effective. It's interesting to shoot on a technical level. Like, we learned things about practical effects on this job that we didn't know going into it. And we've worked with practical effects a lot. I mean, we saw some stuff that we're like, you can do that? Like that was crazy. But all those things can simultaneously be true while in the context of the emotions of the story and the themes, you're being shown this because you're saying, this is the result of that darkness, and it's not pretty.
For sure. Thank you both so much for your time. I can't wait for everyone to see the first 2 episodes and the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.